Welcome to the CFG GameCast, episode number 83, a weekly podcast created by gamers and streamers alike to discuss the latest gaming topics from the previous week. We stream a new episode on Saturdays and release it on podcast services like Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, or Podbean. So show us some love, give us a follow, a like, a thumbs up, what have you on any of our podcast services, or go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com, to not miss an episode. I am Mr. CFG Games himself, Davis Green, and with me today are my two awesome co-hosts. I got Lex in the second seat. How are you doing, my cyborg?
I was doing cyborg things all week, and by that I mean I had a spinal leak, so that was fun. I did a fun snap series when I would first wake up of this was my fever dream. And they were pretty crazy. I mean, Jojo Siwa, hi. We would be great friends. Just saying. Throwing that out there. If you ever want to learn to figure skate, apparently I'm destined to be your coach. It was very interesting. I had an interesting week. I tried to just push through, and I did have to cancel Thursday because by Thursday I was like, I'm dying. But I'm feeling a little better. The weather system wasn't helping because we were like up to 75, and then all of a sudden we were back down into like the 20s in my area at some point. It was snowing / raining outside yesterday.
Dang.
Yep.
It wasn't sticking though. It was weird. It was crazy. And it wasn't
stuck
sticking
in some places.
Yes. But like my house, it started to stick, but our wind was so crazy, but like it became like a slurry. It was like a slushy. It was raining down on everyone at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cat got real good window action yesterday because we woke up at like 8 a.m. I was like, oh, this is so loud and obnoxious. And I got up and the cat... She's like, meow, 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 meow. Come with me. Come look at this. And like jumped in the window. Like, are you seeing this? I was like, oh my goodness.
Like Elaine. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. But the kitten's adorable. She's still growing a little bit. I feel like she was tiny when we got her. She's grown a little bit. I don't think she's really grown all that much, to be quite honest with you.
You see her every day. That's why.
I know.
So I mean, it's like you won't really notice it until it's like then you take a photo of like what it was 3 months ago. So that's cool. Is there anything?
That's it.
Is there anything you've been playing? Anything you finished up? Anything that you're working on?
Well, we beat the medium last week. I was surprised at how short that was. Now that I think about it, we are playing Maid of Skur. It's really good, based off 3 books. The Hotel Skur, I believe, is what the books are called. No, you may not come in. It was based off books, and it's very interesting. If you like horror games, I would have said to you on Monday, don't play this game. Playing it again Wednesday, I would have said, oh, never mind. It lulled me into a sense of false security, and now I may regret. It's making me like fever dreams too. It's pretty good. It's intense. I don't know how to explain it other than read the bio in Steam, because if I tell you, I'm going to give stuff away.
Okay, well, fair enough.
It's good.
Definitely. Well, that's good. That's good to know. But you know who you know who sucks on watching or playing horror games?
Oh, I do.
Yes, the 5-star general of the itty bitty Smitty committee. I got Smitty on the third seat. What is going on, my dude?
What's going on? Oh my goodness! I'm over here hanging on to my last little bit. No, I promise I am. Okay. So thank you again for covering last week. I actually had to work. I had to shoot on Saturday. It was a good 8-hour shoot. Bang that out. I'm working on editing that and putting that all together. Other than that, though, I've just been chilling again, grinding through stuff. I've kind of slacked off on Halo. I haven't played that here in a month, but I have. I just got finished actually before the podcast started. I just got finished with the Kate Bishop storyline for Avengers. So I went through that. That was cool. I enjoyed that, and then I need to get back on that Spider-Man. I need to finish Spider-Man because Metal Gear Solid 5. It's next. It's coming. It's almost here.
Really?
We're going to do it. And I promise to do it on stream as well. So it's going down.
Okay.
I'm beating it. You guys are going to come along that roller coaster of emotions for me as we finally close that final chapter of Metal Gear. So it'll be.
What chapter are you on right now?
I'm still on chapter 2. I haven't played again since I found out that I only finished chapter 1.
You basically
I walked away. I said, nope.
So after your hyper excitement that you had on me, like calling me like at 2:00 in the morning, and then you're like, you know what? I'm over it. I can't deal with it.
I win.
Oh my God.
5 minutes later.
It broke my spirit. It broke my spirit.
Just kidding.
But we'll be getting that done. It'll be good. And then obviously I'll have Morales. I have a bunch of other things that I need to finish up, things that I've gotten. We've got Outriders that are coming out. Outriders is coming out here in a couple of weeks. There's some other games. I know Deathloop's coming, I believe, in April as well. May. That's right.
Near my
That's
birthday
right.
now.
Yeah. That's what I'm excited about.
Are you gonna play Persona 5 Striker or no?
Are you talking to me?
Games.
Oh yeah, that's never mind.
That ain't.
Never
He's
mind.
like looking around. He's like, wait, me? Like, I don't know.
No.
Sweet
I ain't got time for that. For real.
No,
sorry, go ahead.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, but what have you been up to, Mr. CFG Games Davies himself?
Right? Well, it's been going good. Wednesday was my birthday, so now I'm a year older. Yes.
Yeah. He's officially old man status now.
Technically, I'm not. Because no kid has ever said anything to me and then forced me to say I need to shave to be 10 years younger.
How dare you shame me? How dare you shame me?
You've been younger than me this whole time, essentially, but still, I'm still good. I'm still a man child, dude. So I'm cool with it. But so it's been going good. I've been playing a lot of Bravely Default 2 this week, messed around with that, and I've just been having a time of my life with that one. Then I started I did a stream of Outriders, the Outriders demo, and I come to find out, like, man, I really do like Outriders. I really, really, really do like it. But like I just hope it's more stream friendly when it comes out, because I had to deal with a lot of the stuff. And you know what's weird? I was watching the VOD. Huh?
What do you mean by stuff? Like, was it like skipping and lagging and all of that?
Yeah, like it's jerking. Like, it wasn't optimized for my for my rig or something. Oh, okay. Yeah, so like when you're going and doing regular fluid motions, it just starts pausing and stuff like that. So I wasn't a big fan of all that was going on, So, but for the most part, though, I've been liking it. I've been trying this new job class, the Trickster, which is incredibly powerful.
Yeah,
it is way too OP. Like, I need to change some stuff around on that thing.
What? No.
Yes. Oh my god.
I think this is the thing that you're forgetting, though. This is only demo, right? So we're only getting a very small chunk of what could potentially be in store for this game. So I think as levels start meaning more and stuff like that, then we'll start feeling that difficulty, and maybe it won't feel so OP. I think that's why they were having issue with people farming the gear and stuff like that, is that they're going to have weapons that are way overpowered for the level of what the story's at, which is for a good scoring experience.
Yeah, but it's not the weapons that are really making it OP. It's the abilities that they have, like the time space continuum. Like, for instance, the Trickster can make a little bubble where time slows down. It's basically a shield. But the thing that gets you is the walking, the slash that makes them into a walking bomb. And if they're close together, that bomb chains together. So that there was one time, yeah. So I was talking. Yeah, so I was talking to, I was playing with Doc on Thursday, I believe, when I was playing it, and I showed him, I was like, this is what I'm talking about, about OP. So the guys that were running at you, that's like melee, they don't care about getting shot and whatever.
Yeah.
So I put the bubble right in the middle of them. There was 5 of them that I just did. I walked inside that bubble, slashed, went, and then teleported away, left them. And then all of a sudden, all of them came in. Even the people that were slowly getting into the bubble got linked because they were close enough to those people. They all blew up in a line of destruction. And I was like, that is crazy. That is insane. And I'm not fretting on it. I love that. I love doing that. I was like, this is what I was talking about. That's why I think it's a little OP, but you're right, though, because we've only seen the first 7 levels and we don't know what to expect on the rest of them. Actually, we don't even know what cap is going to be in this game. It's very, very true, but we'll see, though. I mean, but it's definitely a fun game to mess around in. On that. So I would definitely urge it. I can't wait till I start streaming it again.
I want to play that one.
Yeah, didn't Dust pick it up?
Yeah, we got it.
No, Dust did.
He's already like, oh, we're all gonna be in like teams and blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know you were coordinators, sir.
Oh no, I'm already good. I tried to go with Smitty, but Smitty just keeps on ignoring me.
No, dude, I was gonna play with him in the middle of the day, and he was having issues with the game. And then by the time that you got back on and stuff like that, I had to make Elsa
some lunch
and stuff. Yeah.
So it's all good. But I know y'all don't want to talk. But I know y'all don't want to talk about the our fun about this awesome beta of Outriders. So let's go to the normal rigmarole that we normally do. So each of us chooses a topic or discussion within the video games or from the previous week. The topic would or could be about a specific game or something that happened in the gaming industry itself. And we don't want to talk about it amongst ourselves. We want you, the listeners and viewers on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook to be a part of the conversation. So all you have to do, just type in what you think about the conversations inside the chat, and there we will post it. We will talk about we'll choose it, we'll talk about it, we'll discuss it as a group, and we will go from there. So the first topic is going to be Lex. So Lex, what are you bringing to the table?
Well, I've got some possibly bad news. Hogwarts Legacy. Let's chat about it.
How's that not surprising me?
I know. I'm sorry. So we've all kind of been waiting for it. See, everyone was hyped for Cyberpunk. I'm like, no, give me Harry Potter. We've talked about it, how, in the past, we had discussed this game coming out and how it was trying to pull away from J.K. Rowling. But, WB being very transparent, saying, look, she's not a part of this. This was us. These were these people who created this storyline. The group that did Disney Infinity series, they're the creators. They wrote this storyline of Hogwarts in the 1800s. This is way before Harry. And it's not going to be like games you've seen in the past that were money hungry, essentially. And, a lot of us were really excited for that. And I know being part of the LGBTQ plus group, she said some things that have been offensive. And
some things is an understatement.
Yeah. I'm watering that down. She's a horrible human. And you know what? She can continue to be horrible in her little corner of the world, and I won't worry about it because I'm not going to waste my time thinking about how horrible she is. However, some stuff has come up. Now, the crew, again, is the crew from Disney that did Disney Infinity. If you remember those games, they had pieces that you would literally put on top of almost it looked like the charging discs for phones. And you could add characters and you could collect them. And it was this whole thing. I knew it was not for my age range, but I really wanted to play it. And I was really excited that they were the ones to be working on this. But unfortunately, and this is more of I'm curious as to what your thoughts are as the viewership, what the boys' thoughts are, because the lead designer, Troy Levitt, is stepping away because apparently he had a YouTube channel and his videos are 3 and 4 years old, but they're very relevant. And unfortunately, it's very pro-Gamergate, anti-feminist, and supportive of men accused of sexual harassment. On his Twitter, he's not staying silent, but he's alluding to things. And he's very clear that his opinions haven't changed. Now, I am one to not want to be in an echo chamber. I'm always curious what other people think, regardless if that's how I feel or not. And they can have their opinions. But when you have when you have people who have legitimately committed a crime, and you put a YouTube video out saying, "I don't believe this happened, and here's why," it may you're going to piss people off. And I understandably so. And of course, this game has been pushed back now because of Troy Levitt's issues. Obviously, that sparked stuff on Twitter. And so they've stopped kind of pushing out the marketing for the game. And a lot of people are wondering now, is this game too immersed in controversy to play it? Because yes, it was stepping away from J.K. Rowling's and people were like, I still wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. But then seeing that it was open world and it was an RPG and how you'd be able to change the characters and model them however you wanted. And it was going to be very open world and very open as far as, being inclusive. They were trying to really make an effort to make it inclusive to everyone, not just gay, straight, trans, non-binary. I mean, everyone. They were trying to really open this up. And I appreciate that. I didn't feel like they were trying to be like fake woke, whereas, obviously that's kind of been an issue.
Well, I mean, it just seems a little bit weird that they first off, I don't know a lot about overall this until you told me what this was, maybe not that long ago. But from what I'm gathering is that the person that was in charge of this project is a person that was not really seeing that there was an issue of he was on the opposite, the side of Gamergate and the other sides of stuff like that. But and then also, he doesn't believe in some of these things, but it just seems very weird to me that first off, he says that he went to his own volition. I call BS on that because it's really weird that that something like this that came out. Well, first off, I want to know who exposed him, because that's one thing. Because I was looking through the YouTube channels, and the most recent video that he did was 3 years ago.
I know.
Yeah. So someone must have exposed him on they must expose hey, this person's actually talking a lot of weird stuff about because he literally if you want to put the link on his thing, you should. But he was literally talking about he had an 8-part miniseries about feminism in gaming and stuff, and it just seems kind of
8 parts.
Yeah, but I'm not even. But I wasn't really sure where. Now I only saw bits and pieces of it from it. Yeah. Was he just? It sounded like he's trying to convince that it's not something that's actually an issue. An issue inside of it. So it's really weird that he picked up. He's very, but what all this really shows me is that he's very vocal on his opinions. He can still be vocal on his opinions, but the biggest thing is I guess the real question is should people still give the chance, for the game to go, would go on this? And in my opinion, it's kind of a situation where I would say, yeah, I would still do it, because it's not like you're paying that. I mean, it's not like he's gonna benefit from this if he's not a part of the project anymore. I mean, itself, but then you also have to kind of see that this guy who doesn't believe there's a problem was in charge of all of this, to see what his view is of it. And I would still take a look and be open enough to see what his view was on it. That's how I would take it. I mean,
And like you also have to think like the Troy, like his position being lead designer. I mean, honestly, like he's probably more of like a puppet string, right? Like he's delegating tasks to people. I don't think his views and opinions are being like shoved into this game in any way, shape, or form. I honestly think that maybe someone from his own team spoke up and maybe leaked it to somebody else who could then leak it, and it blew up on Twitter and so on and so forth. And again,
I haven't heard anything about this. So
no, I know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though, too.
But I'm on gay Twitter, so that's why.
And it could, and you know, again, that's where because there's a lot of people out there with not a lot of with a lot of time to do things like this. So my thing is, you know, especially, I mean, we're getting to a point where as companies are hiring these people on, you have to do, you know, how are you not looking at these people's things? And then, you know, before even bringing people on, I think that also shows a very strong lack of who they're hiring exactly, who they're bringing into projects, because then there's so many companies I feel like they end up having to do this little backwards dance because all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, this thing that was very public that somebody on the internet probably easily went out and found this dude's YouTube channel with all kinds of things that may not align with your company or your, you know, whatever.
But that's kind of easier said than done, though. I mean, that's kind of weird to, I mean, theoretically,
that's a big IP though.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I'm just saying that, like, dude, like they just now noticed this because of the Twitter uproar, like 4 years later. I mean, like,
right,
that's a gaming cycle right there in itself. I mean, I mean, I guess seeing it in the hindsight of it, like saying you got, like, that means we're expecting the company to be like in charge to go through the scrub of social media just to make sure. And that's also a slippery slope in itself. It's like, because like you got, now it's like, does your views, I mean, like, is your, like, depending on your view of how things are going to go, it's like, and depending on if you as an individual are vocal about it in social media, then like, and if they disagree or if they agree, if they align to the views of what the company is, it's kind of like, I mean, like, it's kind of 50-50, really. I mean, usually you would want to, I mean, obviously if you're like a Nazi loving, you know, kind of thing, obviously, yeah, the gaming industry is not for you or anywhere for that matter.
Because I mean, dude, even as a hiring manager, dude, I would absolutely scrub anybody that applied. I would scrub their social media. Every single piece I could find, I would go and find it.
Don't background just checks to see include a lot of that now too?
Well, I mean, not like YouTube. I mean, well, they do stuff about like Twitter, Facebook occasionally, but they don't know. But really, it's kind of, I think it's still easier said than done with a lot. Like, I mean, dude, like, I mean, a company like WB, how many people are employees of WB? Like, that's thousands of people. You got to think
too, within this cycle as well, the culture has changed exponentially from 4 years ago, what was acceptable and what's acceptable now. So I think that too is something to take into consideration, but I don't think these shenanigans should affect that game. I'm excited for that game as well. I think, you know what I mean? It's like, I want to play in that universe so bad. Who doesn't want to be a wizard that could, you know, fly on a broom, do Quidditch matches, like open world stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like whatever they had planned, I was excited about it. I'm the same way, like, you know, with what's her face? You know what I mean? Like she's a complete scumbag, but again, I'm not going to allow one thing or one aspect or something allow that to taint my experience with a universe that I enjoy, you know? So that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, you still, I mean, I feel, I like, you know, I think we've already kind of discussed this kind of like a long time ago about when this game was announced, that people shouldn't feel bad about wanting to play this game, even though despite that they say they were, even though despite they have the ties of J.K. Rowling, because this is J.K. Rowling's world. This is like, I mean, the biggest thing I would suggest is like you shouldn't feel bad because that you're doing, because of this and you're going to be boycotting it or whatever. But more like you just own up to the fact that the person that made it it's not the like maybe like just it's not as clean as you thought they were, you know, or they weren't as like, you know, just know that just say, hey, I really like the world, but the person as the person, the guy, the lady was an a-hole, you know. I mean, it's just I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, like,
no, it's true.
Yeah.
Well,
you got to own up to it.
Because I mean, even like the movies, like I loved the movies, I loved the books, and I have them too. At Dust the other day was looking at my bookshelf. He goes, "You have Harry Potter?" I said, "Don't you dare stop it."
I heard the books are really good.
It was my way of escaping,
I haven't seen them.
And it was great. And you know, she created this world, and I still think she took some stuff from like Labyrinth, because there are some names that are too similar. Like, girl, you watched The Labyrinth too many times. I know it. I know. But you know, and I feel it sucks because like you have to think about it. Like these actors are like, man, like we did this amazing thing, and now we have gone on with our careers, and she's spoiling it for everyone. Like, don't let her be the spoil sport. And you know, as my mom always said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Well, she can't keep her mouth shut, and I agree. I don't think we should feel bad for wanting to play something. I understand the reasoning why people don't want to, and I fully support your decision. God, I just want to be a wizard, man. Come on.
Not only that, but you got to think too, how many other people put so much time and energy into this?
Work. That's their work.
Exactly.
That's their body of work. Even
it's kind of like the same situation of like with Metal Gear Solid 5 with Hideo where the crap went down with Hideo Kojima. Like was left Konami under bad terms. Nothing that he did, but more like Konami just let him go while he was in the middle of developing 5. Like there's gonna be a part in 5 where you know it's like right there is when they said, okay, Kojima, you gotta hurry this up, you know, done. You know, that kind of thing. It's like now you're at this thing, now you have a hatred for Konami, but at the same time, this is Kojima's last game that you're wanting to play for Metal Gear Solid 5. So you kind of have that inner, you know, quell of issue within itself. So I think that it's like that's the kind of thing that you would have to treat this game. It's like, okay, even though this game is being published by Konami, which we hate, we still wanted to play this game. So of a series that we've loved, you know, for that. So that's the exact same treatment that you should have. There's no, and you shouldn't feel like you need to justify what you're deciding. It's like, hey, I just want, like you said, you just want to be a wizard and just do it. I mean, so it's what it's going to be.
That 12-year-old in me wants to be a freaking wizard. And
I just hope,
anymore, and that's fine, but let me be an adult child, okay?
I just hope it just doesn't get, like, that's all I was like, so I just hope it doesn't get canceled. Like, I don't want this to be canceled because I really think like all the work.
I don't think it will. WB put so much into this. They really did.
Well, yeah, it's a big IP for them. I mean, shoot, Wizard World and all this stuff. This is still going to be a AAA, in my opinion, a AAA game for them. So we'll see how this all goes. Yeah.
We can only wish. But yeah, that was my topic.
That was good.
I wanted to know what you guys thought.
Cool deal. Ready? I guess I am up.
Yeah, you are.
I'm up next. All right, and I'm going to be talking about a blast of the past, especially in my childhood.
I'm excited about this one.
This was
I haven't seen
this was definitely very cool. Very cool. So .emu announced they're making a new game. And .emu, if you don't know who .emu is, they are the people who brought back Streets of Rage 4. They're also some of the developers were some of the people that were in Scott Pilgrim that did Scott Pilgrim. And they decided, hey, we did a good job on this game series with Streets of Rage. Let's do it again. But let's do it again. But for what? A new Ninja Turtles game. Yeah, so that's a brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles side-scrolling beat 'em up game is coming in production from .emu Games. So this is going to be a very, very fun thing. The style of it, from how it looks like the old school. I don't know if, I mean, now we're long ahead of it. Like, this is like Ninja Turtles Arcade. I guess the most recent one was was Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time is a classic on the Super Nintendo. And so we are, so they're bringing that kind of style in a 4-player, a 4-player melee attacking, game called, Shredder's Revenge. And, this is freaking amazing to me. I'm not even a big Turtles fan, but I remember everyone who has played like these games when they were a kid could unanimously say that these were fun games, except the first one, because the first one was really, really hard.
It was impossible.
Yeah, it was really impossible. It's really, really cool. So I was like wanting your take on like what y'all what your excitement is for this, because I know Lex is probably going to be is definitely for it, since I'm assuming.
I loved the Ninja Turtles. I would purposefully set my school alarm on Saturdays so I could catch the Turtles, because I didn't have cable. I had 5 channels, y'all. 5 channels. Okay, I had to watch. Gen Z, I don't have to watch ads. I had to watch commercials, and they were geared towards me. For Capri Suns, I wasn't allowed to have, and other such easy bake ovens. Never got it, but I got to watch Ninja Turtles. And
that was
Shredder, I don't know what it was. Shredder was like my first villain that I was like, but you're kind of hot.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. He was like my first like cartoon villain dude crush. Does that make sense? And so to me, you had that first female cartoon that you had a thing for it. That Shredder was like my first villain that I was like, you're kind of cute. But I loved Ninja Turtles. And unfortunately, our arcades, because I did grow up in an ice skating rink, and we would have a lot of the times we'd have arcades in the rinks. None of them were ever a Turtles. So I never really got to play Turtles arcade games up until a couple years ago. We have an adult arcade here in Vegas that you can like have a couple drinks with your friends and play arcade games. Which is just me ignoring everyone and going off by myself and playing games and smashing buttons and making lots of noise by myself. And I really enjoy the game. I am so excited. This is 90s nostalgia all over it. And this is my demographic. Thank you. I can't wait. I'll shut up now.
This is the realness. You're 100% correct. I did play this, or not this, but I played the one playing at the machine at the arcade.
OG.
I've had every Turtle game, well, those older school Turtle games and stuff like that. So to be able to have an arcade style one, hopefully I don't know if it's going to be like a co-op situation. I imagine so, or hopefully they also have couch gaming as well. Could that be fun to play with? You know what I mean? Just couch gaming too. Like, this is awesome. I love the fact that they're doing this. I can't wait to see, like, is there going to be like story wise, like what they plan on doing with this. But I mean, it doesn't even really matter, dude. Getting this form of game like this is bringing back all the feels with characters that you know and love. I am super geeked that I will absolutely be getting this. As soon as I saw that this was coming out, I was like, yes. Instantly bought. Take my money, because that is freaking amazing. I am so glad that they're doing this.
Also,
that is freaking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the biggest thing is like one of the coolest things. Dotemu is known to make these kind of like party games and stuff, so I won't be surprised if this is going to be a lot of couch co-op situations, and especially like if you look at the trailer does show the multiplayer 4-player situations and stuff. So that definitely, in my opinion, is definitely going to be like a random couch co-op, because I mean Streets of Rage was 4-player couch co-op and then 2-player online multiplayer. So it might be the same case. So I'm sorry, what were we going to say, Lex?
The Scott Pilgrim, which they made as well, right? That's a no.
Some of the people that were a part of Dotemu did make Scott Pilgrim, but not the studio itself. Yeah.
Well, Des has been sitting here playing with me, because unfortunately, when it re-released, there's a lot of network issues. Like, it'll just show your other buddy like punching in a corner, and you're like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, I'm down. Why aren't you saving me? And it's like, that's not what I see. So I've been making Des play it with me, and I've enjoyed it a lot. But April was one of the first representations of a redhead cartoon character that I got to saw as a child. So for me, that was a huge, huge thing. Because I was like, oh, I got Ariel. So what? I have to wish to be a mermaid now who makes a stupid mistake? No thanks. But she wasn't the typical like damsel in distress kind of character. Like, kind of kick butt. Like, she got kidnapped a couple times, and the turtles would get to her, and she's like, "Don't worry, boys, I took care of it." You know. And
let's face it, April O'Neil was not a good reporter. She just like getting herself into trouble.
I was saying, ethically, she was all over the place. The station she would have gotten canned a long time. You can't make yourself part of the story. What are you doing, April? What are you doing, April? Again, we warned you about this.
April, stop roundhouse kicking these people inside our newsroom. They're like, literally,
the news director would have been going nuts. The news director would have been going nuts.
The literal trailer in this game is showing her doing karate against some of these bad guys inside the news studio. Like, what are you doing? And she's holding a camera. Like, what is that?
April.
Don't you dare with the equipment. Don't you dare with that equipment. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so like,
I love it.
Oh, I love her.
Oh yeah, so I loved it.
This looks so amazing. Even that guy getting kicked out towards us there in the trailer, like that was like, that is straight classic. I'm really, really excited for that. That is, I'm so when I heard that they were doing that, I got super geeked out. I was just like, yes, dude. I was like, that took me back. I remember being in the arcade, you know what I mean, playing that.
Here. I didn't even see that.
Oh, wow. I didn't see anything about Coach Casey Jones. I would imagine hopefully we get some Casey Jones up in this as well.
And the chairs that they sit in to fly. I used to, as a kid, I had dreams that, and you remember those stupid like baby seat, swing chairs that your parents had that were like yellow?
Yeah.
In my dreams, I would make that into one of those and fly around my park. Like, that's how ingrained Ninja Turtles is in my brain. Is I remember the bad guys like being in like these seats that looked like swing set chairs.
Weird
that we
swing
had
sets are just coming in. But that's like 80s technology at its best for cartoons, really. It's like, we don't have helicopters, we have this deal. Well, yeah, we're in well due time for a series like this. I mean, they've tried before. But not like this. This looks like this is feeding off of nostalgia of what beat 'em ups were. So that's yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the surfing, like everything, like they are showing everything that I like want.
Bam.
Hopefully we'll see how
yes, this is a Turtles game.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't last. I hope it doesn't take long. Well, it's probably like they don't have a date, so knowing Davies, they take their sweet time. They won't release it until it's absolutely done. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, it comes. I don't think it's coming out this year, but we'll see how it all goes.
Have they said anything platform wise? Would it be on?
No, they haven't said anything. They just announced that they're making the game. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's all we got right now. So we'll see. We'll get some more information later on, and once we get it, then I will definitely follow it back up to y'all and see what y'all think.
Yeah.
Good topic.
Moist. All right. So last topic is going to be the one and only Smitty.
Me.
There you go.
Yeah, dude. I know you guys
to the table, Smitty.
I know we had talked about that or about this, and I'm pretty sure we talked about it on here. But when Microsoft and Bethesda announced basically that Microsoft's going to be gobbling up Bethesda, that's been working its way through the courts and whatnot. And recently, I think it was the other day, it finally officially went through. So we're getting now a better picture at what that means for Microsoft and gaming within Bethesda. And we know that now. I think it's sometime this month, I believe. We're going to be we've got a list now of 20 games that will be coming to Xbox Game Pass, which has got me geeked. I do have Game Pass still. I know you guys were struggling.
I'm trying to cancel. Okay, maybe I'll keep it.
It's not because Game Pass is terrible for me. It's just that there was not like games that were like for me to say I was interested in playing. And Bethesda wise, I'm not a fan of Bethesda. I think they are one of the most overrated. Like personally, I think they're one of the most like overrated studios that have done their community wrong for a long time. So like so they owe like so so I mean don't get so I'm fine if that Microsoft got them. Maybe they'll change their values better, but who knows? But like so far it's like it's a good for Microsoft to get them because they do have a strong library, but it's not going to make me wanting to get an Xbox Game Pass to play any of them. So
yeah. And I don't know that necessarily right now. Some of the games, though, that I am excited about, we've got the Dishonored franchise, the Doom franchise, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and Wolfenstein are all coming there. And we're talking about from like the original, the OG Doom, Doom 2, Doom 64, Doom 3, Doom Eternal. I'm going to run through all of those. Because that's amazing. I might try out Fallout 76 with it being a part of Game Pass. I know they've made changes. I am very much in the boat like you, though. Or I'm sorry, hold on real quick. There's also Skyrim. There's a couple of Elder Scrolls stuff, the single player things that I want to try out as well. So that's got me geeked to, kind of check those out and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think those are some, I think it's a good start. Getting that stuff on. Yeah, you have Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, The Evil Within, Old Blood, Prey, some other things, some of the other Fallouts and whatnot. I think the big thing about this, though, is the fact that moving forward, they're basically hinting at that they are going to be making exclusive content for Xbox, Game Pass and that. So right. I'm curious to see, and like you said, because I feel like Bethesda, of all the companies, they have done their community and fans absolutely dirty on so many of the latest IPs. It's ridiculous. I feel bad because I also am in the same way, and I don't like, again, it's like I don't know, I don't even want to like them because of just how scummy they treated the people that do appreciate their games and stuff like that. So I'm a very hard side eye at them. I'm hoping with them getting underneath that Microsoft umbrella, though, hopefully that makes cultural changes within their work environment and stuff like that is then resonated, and it changes how they treat their games and their IPs. So I'm going to be cautiously optimistic, but I'm going to get on them Wolfensteins and Doom for sure. I was like, give me access to them. I was like, yeah, for sure, dude.
Well, the Wolfensteins... Sure. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you going to say something, Lex? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like now here's the thing, and like Davis and I kind of talked about it because I got Game Pass just to play the medium because it's like a $60 game, and it was like, yeah, Game Pass for $1. I'm like, okay, don't know how to cancel it, but I looked through the titles and there really wasn't anything else that like had been on my wish list, even past games, like past horror games that I was really interested, or just anything really. And I was like, I know Bethesda stuff's coming to it, but like I have those games. I could play them, if I really want to. I'm not in a rush. I like that they're expanding the library, and I like what they're doing. But they also have like two separate ones now, right? Like there's Game Pass and there's something else, and they're two different things.
Well, correct. There's PC and there's console Game Pass. You can get both, or you could just get one or the other. Were the choices, and then remember when I think we did. Yeah, but I think it was more confusing that they were trying to do like a price upgrade, but then that got 86. Yeah, that got ditched out immediately because it didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
but
I
mean, it is a little convoluted for sure.
I mean, give me more horror games, and I'm excited.
I mean, like I said, Game Pass is a great idea, and to be honest with you, I mean, Microsoft has been completely quiet with Series X right now, And so they need to have like reasons for people to be playing their games regardless. Well, then again, I feel like they also kind of antiquated themselves when they said all their games are going to be accessible, backwards compatible, accessible to a PC if you have a good PC to play it. Because like, so now for me, there's absolutely no reason for me to get in the Microsoft system again now. So like yeah, but like when it came to when they were doing the announcement, I think this is going to be good for people who have not had the chance to play some of these games, because I think some of the games Bethesda's library is a strong library. I mean, Doom alone, especially like Doom Eternal, like I remember last year I was praising Doom. Doom was a really good game.
Eternal was good.
And then but then you also got the Wolfensteins, and then and then I guess the Fallouts and stuff like that. It's just some of the beef I really have is with the Skyrims, the Elder Scrolls, because they've never changed their style. And it's been around for over 20 some odd years. And then when you see another game, The Outer Wilds, that comes out, and then they were like, wow, they really ran laps around what Bethesda was doing. It's like now they don't have that excuse. And so like, I mean, they need to treat their people, the community, much better than what they've been doing, is where it comes down to. And that's where I'm kind of like, you know what, it's not me setting my foot down, it's like boycotting Bethesda. It's just that I really just don't care. I really don't care towards it. I think as a whole, it makes sense to go the way that they're going. But for me, I'm like, yeah, that's good. It's like good for them. Good that Microsoft's going to utilize it. Yeah. So
it is. Yes. I mean, it's really. I mean, curious to see. You know, again, I'm always very, I guess, curious to see what the future is going to do, or what kind of moves that they make within the next, year or two. I think will be a good indicator as to the direction they're looking to go, because you get something big like that. Again, you do. And I agreed with you, but then you got to think too, that there's a lot of people that it's going to be way cheaper getting like an Xbox Series S for my kid as opposed to having a PC. So now you're telling me I've got all these games that are included in this thing I'm already paying for. Now I don't even have to get my kid new games, because here's a ton of them. Exactly. And that is what I do like about Xbox, and how they're making everything kind of like you accessible. Can access it everywhere. Exactly. That part I do enjoy, and it reaches so many different consumer levels. It hits every point. I was
just about to say.
Well,
yeah. They absolutely
my
have to.
Could totally. I think Jersey, well, Danny would really like Doom, but like, I think that would be a good game to start her on. Like, here's a controller, play this game. And I think she would do great with the first Doom, and I think she would really enjoy it, because that's kind of her jam, is scary stuff. And I think she would really, getting her used to a controller now versus later. Nah, let's get her on the boat. I'm trying to teach her keyboard and mouse, but her hands are like the size. She's like miniature.
She has banana hands.
Yeah.
Like me like me.
They're so tiny. She's like the ittiest little hands.
She does have banana hands.
No, not banana hands. She's little. She's 5. But she's like the size of a 3-year-old. Like, I have to prop her all the way up in my chair as high as it goes for her to like reach stuff. It's pretty funny. But
you're a novel keyboard.
With controller, we have to just set it in her lap and tell her what buttons to press and like how to hold her hands over it to like beat the game, because the controller is way too big for her. So, yeah. But I think Doom, the OG Doom would be, because it's like 3 or 4 buttons really, and then just movement. And like not even cut the toggle sticks, just use the up, down, side to side, and get her used to that movement. Because I was trying to get her used to the keyboard, but like even just having her middle finger as the W and this finger is, moving side to side was like a what? Foreign language. So
Dirt is going to be. Oh, I didn't know that Dirt was also a Bethesda game. Oh, then again, I mean, the only Bethesda game I know you're looking forward to, Smitty, was Deathloop. So
yes,
that's a Bethesda game.
Yeah, that
is a Bethesda game. Yep.
I won't play Deathloop.
Show
Might be the last Bethesda game that's going to be on the console for a while.
Yeah, that's what's funny. It's like, you've got PlayStation exclusive coming from Xbox or coming from Microsoft now. Well, technically it's Bethesda, but
yeah, but it happened before the merger, so it's all good.
I know, but still, it's juicy to me.
That is pretty funny. I wonder if it's a timed exclusive though. I really wanted to know. The one thing I need to do. Okay, you know what? The way that it will make me go and get go back to the Xbox Game Pass is bring freaking Gears of War 2 and 3 on PC.
For real. It doesn't make sense that it's not there. It doesn't make sense that it's not there.
You have every other Gears game. You have one, you have to collect the Ultimate Edition of one, then you skip 2 and 3, then you got 4 and 5, and this game is story driven. So it's like, why the heck do you want like no one wants to skip like 2 sequels
of the
base story and then just come to 4 and 5 when 4 and 5 is the next generation. It's like,
I tried. Yeah. I started 4 because I was like, I guess I can't play 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
I beat 1. I beat the first one. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I was salty.
Makes me so salty that like I would love to play that series. I've been wanting to play that series, but but it doesn't make me want to get to play it because I know I'll get stuck. It's like I'll get stuck at 2 and 3. It's like, what is going on? Yeah, maybe we need to hit up what's it called, their group on that, because like I'm like, what is going on with that with that logic with it? Because I mean, I know they're basically doing what they did with the Halo for the longest time. Remember, Halo 1 was on PC forever, then they never put another Halo game on PC until like 5 years ago. Like, it was ridiculous. I don't know. But yeah, that's that's what I'm salty about, if anything. They even have Gears Tactics on there. And I'm like, that's a great game too, but still, it's
I heard that's a great game.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man.
Nobody was playing it.
Oh yeah, no, that's a great game. Yeah, I've been playing that. That was the reason why I got Xbox Game Pass, was to play that, actually. Because besides Discord, because Discord gave us a free 3 months of it, I was like, okay, let me play this game and see how it is. And then I was like, okay, I've been playing it pretty religiously, and then it's like, okay, I don't want to pay for this anymore, or try to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, too much for me. Then my logic was like, there's no other game I'm really wanting to play. Maybe, yeah. So we'll see. All right,
I get it.
Smitty, Lex. Sorry, not Smitty, but Lex. What do you have planned for the week?
Well, some more Might of Skur. I'm really excited, man. I'm so excited to play that on Monday. It has gotten so heated. They really duped me. I was like, this isn't scary at all. Like, are you guys scared? And they're like, man, not really. I mean, it's creepy, and then bam, they got me. So I can't wait for Monday. But yeah, we're just going to be doing the normal game week. I don't think anything is changing this week that I know of. So, hopefully our weather just doesn't poop again. Because that's like, our internet kept going out last Sunday and Saturday. Yeah. Like, our internet, our router was like, bye. What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? And it was like, no, bye. So we'll see. But yeah, I think my dad's here, actually. Opie's knocking on the door. He brought some dinner, so I'm excited. But yeah, nothing too crazy.
There you go. Nice, indeed. Well, that's cool. What about you, Smitty? What are your plans for the week?
I don't know. I know I've got that editing work that I've got to finish that up, that hour-long show. Other than that, though, I'm going to try to grind out some more Spider-Man and hopefully finish that so I can move forward, because I'm kind of stuck right now just because there's so much to do. I need to just focus on story so I can finish it and move past it. Other than that, though, yeah, I'll probably Destiny 2 and little Outriders as well at some point in time, and then we'll see what happens. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Mike?
I am going to be streaming some more Bravely Default at the beginning of the week. I've decided, do maybe a day or at least 2 to 3 days of RPGs, but then the back end of the week I'm going to play something different. So that I think it's next week Monster Hunter. If next week is Monster Hunter, that's definitely going to happen.
What?
Monster Hunter Rise?
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise. So let me check real quick.
I don't know what that is. I'm not on the Monster Hunter train anymore.
Monster Hunter Rise is coming out on the Switch. Yeah, you were really hardcore into it.
Huge into it. Like all my stuff is like top tier level.
March 26th, so the week after next. Okay, so Friday, not this Friday, but the next Friday, it's going to be Monster Hunter Rise, and that's when that stuff is going to happen.
No clue.
Yeah, so
is it a DLC or like a separate game?
It's a completely separate game. Right? It's on the Nintendo Switch.
I have that.
Yeah, you do. So maybe
you got sad for a second and remembered.
I was like, all my people are probably dead on my island. Whoops.
I know. I haven't looked at that stuff in forever. It's been
your people are for sure dead. They're salt.
No way. Because Lizard Elsa and Scorp Kitty, they manage it. They manage it.
Okay.
Right. I'm just that guy that went out for smokes and never came back.
Never came back to the island.
That's how Dustin's on my island. They're like, what happened to him?
Later, y'all. Let's go to get some smokes real quick at this island.
Let's go get some smokes. Oh, when was that? April 2020.
Right?
Oh my God, that's freaking hilarious. So we're gonna be doing that, and then I'm gonna figure out what other game, because I want to do Outriders, but I don't. But it's a horrible streaming experience, so I'm not gonna probably stream it and just maybe try something different. Maybe some Yakuza Like a Dragon, because I got it on PS5 now. Or I think the new Avengers game comes out. The Avengers game comes out on PS5 next week too. So
does it?
Yeah.
So the 18th is when the Hawkeye drops.
Oh yeah,
or the DLC. That DLC.
I want to know, like, if does the DLC connect with the, like? Yeah, I need to find out, because like I didn't buy. I actually requested with Square to do it if the Square is going to hook me up with it, but still, but still, it's like I want to know if the PS5 version is going to come with the DLC content. First off,
DLC content's free.
Oh, yeah. DLC is free? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. None of that stuff is paid. Yeah, paid? If they tried it, huh?
What was paid? The cosmetics was paid? Is that what it was?
I don't think
just the game.
No, because Dustin's spending money on cosmetics.
No, originally there was a paywall somewhere, which most people like that got people kind of discouraged into paying it. Yeah, I think it was the cosmetics, like the skins. Or something like that. Yeah, the skins were initially was paid. There was a weird paywall that people were kind of like, why?
Oh,
so
I mean, there's just like it takes like in-game currency, like different types of currencies in game, but I don't remember there being an option to like purchase that stuff, or I could have just missed it or whatever. It was never a big thing to me. I never noticed it.
Yeah. Well, like the reason why I wanted to play it anyways was I wanted to play it for the story, and then they'd say that the story, whatever they did on their changes with it, has just made the game even better. So we'll see. We'll see how it is.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, but that's cool. Well, guys, thanks for stopping by on episode number 83 of the CFG GameCast. Thank you for being a part of the conversation. We will be back again next week with some more awesome topics to share with everyone today. So just be sure, if you didn't check the live show, that's okay. Just at the beginning of the week, we always publish it out on all podcast services, Apple, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio. All services are there, so there's no excuse to not listen to us. We are waiting for you to give that like, comment, what have you on any of those services, or you can go to our main website, confreaksandgeeks.com. My review's out for Persona 5 Strikers, so definitely check that out there and see what y'all thought, see what you think. But guys, this is Davis signing off with Smitty and Lex. Y'all take it easy.
Bye.